all the questions that I'm answering here from like people who are asking me questions on Toy House. So yeah, the first question is what inspires your style? This one's not really something I can really pinpoint. I think right now what I'm interested in is like how Rise of the TMT, like they use shapes because it's animated, like they need fluid movement and motion, and I feel like the way they just use shapes with their characters is just like, even if you pause it, you can still tell they're moving, and I just think that's really interesting. I've also been looking at a lot of like likelihood arts, like coloring and shading style, and I'm kind of obsessed with it because it captures light so naturally. You can see, like, you can still tell it was like drawn by hand, which is just really cool. And then obviously like the Spider-Verse sequel came out, and and I've always been obsessed with Spider-Man, so obviously I'm obsessed over anything about this. And not like the lighting in Spider-Verse in general is just really genius. So yeah, I'm also interested in their stuff. But again, like there's not really one thing. Maybe someday you'll be able to see those influences. That would be cool. I don't think you can. I don't think I'm that good. The next question was, why did you start drawing, and was it because of furries or warrior cats? So I've always like enjoyed drawing, and I've always loved drawing. I've always been like an art kid, because a lot of people in my family are artists, and I always aspired to be like them. And I think like once I was able to read, I read this series called like Rainbow Fairies. So it's just about fairies. Like they're kiddie books. They're very basic, but I've always been loved fantasy, so I just draw tons of like fairies, and I make my friends all into fairies, characters and stuff. And then like yeah, later I got into warrior cats, which literally anyone who's known me knows all too well. Um, as for like furries, it's more just like I don't like drawing feral as much anymore, and I like drawing the human body, but I also like drawing cats, so now we just combine them. Warrior Cats is what got me to post stuff online though, so I think a lot of things about my style are definitely from like Warrior Cat artists, but I don't know, it's not a solid, there's not one thing that got me to draw. The next question was, is there like anything that you avoid drawing at all costs? So I don't really like avoid anything in particular. I do want to improve at the things I'm bad at, but there are things I'm just like not interested in. So I don't draw them. But I do, if I struggle with like skills, I still work on them. Like I hate backgrounds, but that doesn't mean I'm never gonna draw a background again, because I wouldn't improve then. But I'll definitely draw them less because I just hate it. But yeah. The next question is, do you enjoy drawing over character design? So character design is something I'm a lot newer to because I haven't like put a lot of energy into it. So probably drawing. How long have you been playing the violin, and do you like it? I've been playing the violin for actually a really long time. For me, I think it's a long time. I'm young, so I think it's a long time. In elementary school, they like made us take it in the 3rd grade, and I wanted to play viola, and my parents were like, pick violin, so I picked violin. And I learned to read music in like the 3rd and 4th grade. Like I couldn't play properly, but I could kind of read music. And I didn't play in 5th because I moved, so I didn't have to take orchestra, so it was like, I'm not taking orchestra because I hated it. Like the teacher was really rude and just hated us. But then in the 6th we had like required music classes, and then I like took up violin again. It's like I can't sing. I wasn't interested in band, and I was like, I already kind of know violin. Why not just pick violin? And I just enjoyed it a lot. And now I just play because I like it. I think that's kind of a cool thing because it's like something I initially hated, but now I really love it. So that would be like 5 or 6 years, but I would only really consider it like 3 years because I've only been taking it seriously and like practicing for 3 years. So yeah. Oh, this next question is actually, I really like this question. It was, what's your like favorite genre? So I'm assuming you mean in like media. So for books, I would say like fantasy, sci-fi, and then historical fiction, because I really like world building, and I personally suck at world building, but it's cool to see other people creating like fantasy and like sci-fi worlds. And then for like historical fiction, I just find history like interesting, and stories really make it easier for me to like digest information. For movies, I like those genres as well, like the ones I previously mentioned. I like them for movies and like shows as well. But I also like action, adventure, and like coming of age, because I think those are more character heavy, and I just enjoy characters. So yeah. Um, the next question is your favorite color combination. I have two: cyan and magenta, and then orange and purple. And you can probably tell in the speed paint, and also just like that's always like those combinations are usually what I do shading and lighting with. They're very bold, but I think they're cool. So, favorite article of clothing, probably hoodies and sweaters. I don't know. I like being cozy. I also really like sundresses, but I don't have any, because I don't like low collars, and for some reason like women's clothing are very set on having low collars, and I'm just like, I don't feel like having gender dysphoria today, but okay. Also like anything that's like kind of witchy or just gives Halloween vibes, I really like. If you could dress however you wanted, how would you dress again, like witchy stuff? Like I would want people to think that I just live in Halloween and fall 24/7. Like, I also have this jean jacket, and I want to get patches for it. So, yeah. Favorite animal? I don't really have one. I like a lot of different animals, as I assume most people do. Like, I enjoy like dogs and cats, but that's a very basic answer, so I don't know. Snails are cool though. I don't know. Are bugs considered animals? I don't know. I don't care. Snails are cool, and I really like I just relate to the traits associated with snails. Like they're slow, and they're like shy, and they keep hiding. I don't know. They're very fragile. I feel like I just relate to snails in that way. Comfort food. Irish on them with malakapuri and chickpeas. I know that's a basic answer. Like I know it's literally just like rice and yogurt. And sometimes I don't even eat it with like malakapuri and chickpeas. I'm just saying that I do. But that's my comfort food. If I'm sad, I'm gonna eat that. I don't know. Um, Also rasam with idli, because my grandmother brought them for me one time when I was sick, and that made me really happy, because I was not doing good. The best way to eat an apple, sliced with peanut butter. But I also really enjoy like all apple baked goods. Like they're all good, as far as I know. They're all really good. You get the option to be fluent in 4 languages. What do you choose? This is another cool question. Tamil, because I need to learn it. And then Spanish, because it's useful to know. Lots of people speak it. And then my third choice would be like American Sign Language, because I'm semi-nonverbal, and it would just be helpful. It would just be useful in general. I don't know about my fourth choice. Languages are hard. I don't enjoy learning languages. Maybe someday. I mean, I have a lot of time, like, in my life. Maybe if I want to, I'll learn a language. And then Ozzy asked how I met Fair. I saw his, like, art, and then I subbed to Fair. And I think they subbed to me. And then we just kind of started talking a lot, and now we're friends, so. I don't know. I don't, like, remember, like, super specific details like that. And that's all the questions, and I'm really sorry if I cut out a question you wanted me to answer, because I cut out a lot, but I was just like, I don't know how to answer that, or I don't have an answer. So, anyway, I hope you, like, listening to me was not too obnoxious, because I'm very quiet, and also I think there's a fuzzy noise in the back of the recording, and that's annoying. But yeah, I wanted to
do something with audio. So here we are. And also my one friend was like, you need to do stuff with audio. Because not listening, having nothing in the background is boring. And I was like, that's fair. I get that. Here we are.